useless!
What's going on, YouTube? You're chilling with Trainer Zabuza, and today I've got a battle for you with my second OU team, I guess you could say it is. This is more, I guess this team is more handled, or more, what's the word, prepared for Pokemonix, but it's still not a Pokebank team. Anyway, looking at my opponent's team, threats pretty much everywhere. I mean, you've got Mamoswine, which looks like his Stealth Rock setupper. You've got Charizard, which could be Mega. It probably is Mega. I mean, that's really the only thing not on his team that could be Mega, so it's probably a Mega. Hydreigon, which is always threatening unless you have a Fairy type. And even then, well, no, it's just not that threatening anymore. Considering most fairies are defensive and mainly special, like, I can think of Sylveon and Florges, which check it, actually more than check, pretty much counter it. Excadrill, which is obviously his Rapid Spinner, but I have to say it's also a great physically offensive Pokemon. And finally Rotom, which is hands down one of the most annoying Pokemon out there in OU right now. Because to quote a friend of mine, it's just so good, why wouldn't you use it? And that just annoys me a little bit. But enough with that, let's get to it. Today's battle is against Pokemonix, which we set up this battle through Skype. I'm going to start off with my cookies! My Rotom-H, as he starts off with his Rotom-Wash, I immediately go for the Volt Switch, risking that he could be Scarf Rotom, but again, most people run physically defensive. As I go into my Chestnut to try and hit it up with a Wood Hammer. However, he switches out, which makes me think he is the choice Scarf set like I am, but I'm not 100% positive. He switches out into Trevenant as I go for the Payback, get a critical hit, and wow, that does a lot of damage, but I really shouldn't have, he gets the burn here, which my Lum takes care of, and based off the crit damage I got before, I'm pretty sure I can't take it out with another Payback. However, he switches out into his Charizard as I pull back into my Rotom to take the oncoming Will-O-Wisp, and he pulls back into his Excadrill, predicting the Volt Switch, which is pretty obvious, but I really couldn't take any risks with that Charizard. So I immediately double into my Mandibuzz, and you know what? I can take these Rock Slides for days. They are just not an issue. So I decide to go on the offensive, go for a foul play, and decide to do some massive damage to this Excadrill, and pop its balloon. But I don't think I have many Pokemon with ground-type moves, or if I have any on this team. So I'd have to double-check that. So I'm going to go for the Roost as he switches into his Hydreigon, and now this thing is a massive threat, especially. I'm going to go into my Osmond as he actually predicts the switch, goes for the Flamethrower, and he barely takes it, which means I'm going to save him for Death Fodder later. He goes for another Flamethrower as I switch into my Pop Filter, and, you know, it's not going to do a lot of damage, so I'm going to say maybe he's Scarfed. As I just go ahead and drop a Draco. Since he doesn't have any fairies on his team, I can just feel free to drop him all day. As he switches into his Trevenant for fodder, goes into his Mamoswine, and I'm immediately going to have to switch out. So I go into my Jaws, my Mawile, not thinking that he's going to go for the Earthquake, as he does go for the Ice Shard, get the Intimidate drop, and I'm free to Mega and just go for Iron Head. However, he switches into his Rotom, which is predictable, but again, not taking any chances, and I knew that this would still do some respectable damage. So I pull back, go into my Oswin, my Escavalier, as he goes for the, I think it was Will-O-Wisp, but it missed. But it doesn't matter because I'm going to get knocked out with a Volt Switch. And out comes the Hydreigon again, as I go into my Pop Filter, and thinking that this thing is Scarfed, I'm also Scarfed, and I've got a higher base speed, so I can knock it out. So I can feel free to drop some more Dracos, and he's going to bring in his Mamoswine to take it, and it doesn't take it well. So now I'm going to pull back and go into my cookies, my Rotom, and because I thought, you know, maybe he'd try and go for an Earthquake, and it was probably a safer switch. So he pulls back into his Charizard as I go into my Pop Filter, and wow, geez, Pop Filter doing so much work this battle, just dropping Dracos everywhere. You know, as long as you don't have a Fairy on your team, you can feel free to Draco spam as much as you want in this generation. It's still a perfectly viable strategy. So now he decides to go to his Charizard Y, and well, Mega Evolve to his Charizard Y. I guess he didn't want to reveal which Charizard he was yet until he had to. And man, that Fire Blast does a lot, but it's not going to be enough to knock out Rotom. And this, again, not taking any chances with Charizard Y, I wanted to go for the Volt Switch as he goes into his Excadrill, goes for the Rock Slide, and is going to knock out my Hank, or not knock out, but my Hank to Tank is going to be able to tank that hit very well. So I go for the Payback on the off chance he wanted to stay in, go for the Spiky Shield to see what Hydreigon's going to lock itself into. He locks itself into Draco Meteor, And now predicting my switch, he's going to switch out into Charizard, but I just decided to go for the Hammer Arm, thinking that, you know what, I probably, either I take the Draco Meteor or I get the switch advantage, which I'm okay with. So I go for the Spiky Shield to burn off a turn of Drought, which he got from switching into, Drought, from switching into his Charizard. I switch into my Pop Filter as he goes for the Fire Blast, I think, and I managed to take it just barely, and I'm able to go in and drop a Draco, and down goes Hydreigon. Wow, that thing just fell flat on its ass. And now here comes the Mamoswine, which I'm still afraid of Ice Shard, so I'm going to go into my cookies. I keep saying it like that because you have to. With this, I nicknamed it specifically because when I saw it, I'm like, cookies! So I go this time. I'm not gonna fall for it. I know that I could just go for the overheat and knock out Excadrill. I'm not gonna take any chances this time because here comes the Charizard, and really at this point I'm just kind of sacking off my Rotom, and he goes for Dragon Pulse. I'm not sure why. I mean, I really don't understand. So I go into my Hank to Tank to go for the Spike Shield and burn off a turn of Drought, and you guys, maybe you should just be counting the Fire Blasts that are going on right now, because it's like he's already gone for, I think, 4, and I switch it on my Mawile just as fodder, honestly, but double back into my Hank to Tank as he goes for another Fire Blast. It's gonna knock out my Hank to Tank, and I'm finally gonna burn off the Drought, and I think this is actually my opponent's last Pokemon, and turns out I was really afraid this entire time that I was gonna get knocked out by a Fire Blast, but turns out this entire time he actually ran out of Fire Blast with that Chestnut, I think. At least that was according to my opponent, because he doesn't have a whole lot for PP ups, so... Oh, he still has Mamoswine. My bad. Anyway, I'm able to roost off the damage, and Mamoswine is, when for full HP with my Mandibuzz, Mamoswine's not an issue. I could just go for Foul Play and knock it out. But the real issue is that his Charizard cannot do anything to me. It's his last Pokemon, and just Air Slash and Dragon Pulse, or not Air Slash, but as you're going to see here pretty soon, Solar Beam and Dragon Pulse are just not an issue for my Mandibuzz. I mean, unless it has more Flamethrowers or Fire Blasts, it cannot knock out my Mandibuzz. So, really, I've got this game in the bag. It's just a matter of actually knocking him out, which I still need to roost in order to keep up my HP, but it's a lot easier now. And thanks to Charizard Y having a pretty good attack stat, I'm able to go for these foul plays to do some significant damage, and I'm going to be able to knock it out. That was a good game, but I want to get straight to the talk of the day. Today's talk of the day, I've got some highlight clips from my LP channel that I think you guys will enjoy. So if you guys have a minute, I would appreciate if you just watch them. You can get an idea of what the episodes are about, and maybe you'll find something that you enjoy. I got him.
You got him? Nice.
No, I'm back here! No! Oh, god damn it.
Just mash A like no other. Baba Bonsley.
You're welcome, Bonsley.
And now you get like some weird item thing. Bonsley card.
Bonsley card. What's that?
Yeah, it's like a mini game.
Oh. Seriously? We went through all that just for a mini game?
Yeah.
And we're all the way the fuck back here. God damn it! Oh, yeah, here we go.
Is that the Snowy Mountain?
Yep.
Bet you the Snowy Mountain peak is colder. Oh man.
Yeah.
It's Mr. Ugly. And he has...
Say hello to the Bulldrome. Hey, you were right, the Popos are back.
Told you, they're there to kill you.
Alright, back guys.
Move the mic closer
Sorry.
to you.
Alright guys.
Man, roommate jacking my Cheez-Its again.
Oh, I'm hungry.
Yeah, but there were more Cheez-Its in the kitchen. Jesus. I'm wishing I got the mozzarella.
Oh, come on. White cheese is good.
Alright, so I just gotta attack him, right? Or should I steal?
No, you pretty much gonna go all out on force because he's summoning a sea lion.
Oh,
Don't
jeez.
attack the sea lion. It will go automatically to that thing. Don't attack him because he'll cast Blizzard on it and heal him.
That's it for this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.